Wes over here Scott at TSJ Sports. You mentioned last week how much the truck win helped you in the 600. What are you hoping to learn from running the Xfinity car later tonight?
Yeah, I was wishing I was in the truck last night. Watching those guys rip around looked fun. But yeah, just laps. After the week we just had, I just want to get in a race car. This afternoon is going to be really good just to make laps and learn the Xfinity car again on this track. This is a humbling sport, though, so we put ourselves at a lot of high risk getting back on track that the success could be hard again. So like the cars don't know what happened last week, so ready to get on track and start working through the process. I expect it to take me a little bit of time to get up to speed in the Xfinity car, and be a good afternoon, I hope.
Hey Ross, Larry, Woody, did you bring 2 watermelons this week?
We did, yes. JRM and Trackhouse both brought watermelons. So what's so cool is the teams really have bought into that and to having the watermelons and getting them. And whether it's truck drivers or whoever's buying groceries for the hauler, yes, they've got watermelons in each of them.
Ross, talk about your week, the win at the 600 on Sunday, of course, all the media responsibilities heading into this week, including being here in your hometown for your race team in Nashville. You can't think of anything more Nashville and Busch-like partners like Tootsie's. Just talk about your week and just how busy it's been leading into this weekend's race.
Yeah, we celebrated. We took Sunday night, took our sweet time in Victory Lane, and just really soaked it in. And so it's so rewarding when you get there because it's so hard to accomplish it. And to do it at the Coca-Cola 600 was just something that I wanted to just enjoy. And then we stayed up all night, and they set me out at the Charlotte airport in the morning and sent me off to Milwaukee. We already had an appearance booked for the Moose. And so got up there, and just to see their excitement. They were celebrating from the night before, and we had a good time with them Monday and Tuesday, and then caught a flight back and got to celebrate with the team Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday, really part of Tuesday, but Wednesday was all about prep for here, and then was off Wednesday night back here to Nashville to start appearances Thursday morning, and have been here ever since. So really excited. I'm really ready to get in the race car because it's been a lot of talking about what happened, but the sport moves on every 7 days, and it's time to get going again.
And you started 40th last week, worked your way to the front. Did you learn anything in a car that some people say are hard to pass, but you can use for the rest of the season as well?
Just that patience paid off, and there was times where I almost got in the wall, but I lifted, and there's times where I almost got to someone's outside or almost cleared them off the corner and lifted. And in a 600-mile race, that allows you to do that. These races are a lot shorter this weekend, though.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll go to Dustin and then Jeff.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. What do you need to feel? What do you need to see on today and on Saturdays moving forward? What's been the thing that's missing to not allow you to get be closer to the front to start off race?
Speed. You saw it in practice last week for Group 2. We were right there with the 24 for the fast lap in our group, and it's expected. We expected to be slower than the first group, and then, but I mean, just lap after lap, we just kept hammering lap times that were really, really good. So, it just comes down to lap time. This sport rewards speed, and how fast can you start and finish the lap, like from the starting point and getting it done. It's a real simple reward system. You go fast, you get a lot of cool things. So, and the balance in the car the lap time came with the balance last week. So for that practice at Charlotte in the Cup car, the balance stayed good. I asked my team to just build the car the same because I didn't need any changes. Usually you want to migrate the balance a little. You want to tighten up just a little bit on corner entry, a little bit on exit. It was like, just build it the same and we will be really good. And we'll adjust in the race. But I didn't have any. That's probably the first time, definitely in my Cup career, that I've ever gotten out of a practice session and didn't ask for anything. And that's why I was so full of a smile all Saturday as they're building the next car, is I knew if they could replicate that, we'd have a real shot. So the lap time comes with the balance.
This starts the second half of the regular season. 6 of the last 13 races in the regular season are either a road course or drafting track. So there's 4 road courses left, 2 drafting tracks left. How much can that change things, upset the apple cart, or what kind of impact might that have? 4 road courses still left in the regular season of the drafting track.
That's a good question. I think that's what's so great about our sport and live sports in general is we just don't know what's going to happen, what's next. You start seeing glimpses of people gaining on it, but then with those races, I mean, just to figure out how to work through a road course race, strategy-wise, and staying on track, staying out of the barriers. Who can do it? You've seen it with all different cars. They show up to some road courses some years, and they're just the fastest. And we've had it where I feel like I'm the best road course racer in the sport, and then I go to the next road course and I'm 18th or 28th, and it can't make lap time. So no idea how it's going to do it. I think that's why you got to tune in.
You've been pretty consistent that a fast car goes fast, and it makes you look good or it makes you look bad. You don't have it. But I want to try to push back a little bit on that, because here you've gone 2nd, 5th, 1st, and could have won last year for the incident. So something's got to be working for you here that's more than just the car. Is that the case? And why does this track fit you so well?
Because my crew chief's name is Phil Surgeon, and I drive for Trackhouse, and our group was together at Ganassi. From the 42, we moved into the 1. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we haven't been fast across the whole weekend every time. We've had to work at it, but yeah, it's I just put it on my guys that they give me the stuff to go do it. And I mean, you saw it last week. I rolled out in practice and I ran the top coming to the green at Charlotte. I would have done that no matter how my car felt. But if it felt bad as I entered the corner, I would have slowed down. And when I came off 4 to start the practice, like at speed to start my first time lap, I was like, oh my gosh, that was good. Let me try that again. And then I ran 1 and 2 on the top and worked my way up a little, but feet, not car widths, not tens of feet. So if the feel in the car is right, as a race car driver, I've learned through my cup races and Xfinity and truck, because they're the same tracks. Cars and trucks drive a little different each one, but there is a feel that I want, but it also has to line up with lap time. I've had cars that felt good and you're 2/10 off, and it's like, I don't know, the lap time's there. So sometimes they have to drive worse to go faster, but right now in Cup for us, if it drives good, we do go fast. And at Nashville, I don't know. I don't feel like I do anything different. I don't prepare here any different. But we've had really, really good race cars.
Thank you.
We'll go to Kelly, Lee, and then Dalton.
Kelly, CrandallRacer.com. Ross, to keep building on the speed from Saturday of last weekend, was there something different? Did you guys do anything different of why you showed up Saturday last week and it was so much better and exactly what you wanted? And is that something you guys can learn to bring to here and going forward?
No, it wasn't like we ran some different shock package or springs or attitude in the car, geometry. There was a test there. I don't remember exactly how they called it. It was not an organizational test. It was either like an OEM, because like Chevy had a car there and each OEM had one. And then the Wheel Force car went back after and did their own data capture. So for each OEM. So I know that my group dug into that, looked at all the squiggly lines and picked out the best. But we would have done that anytime. When you have a test as close to the race, it was not that far before the race. I know, and I was listening as we got closer to the race of my group talk about, oh, we see this in the test data that we like. Oh, we see this, we don't like that. We don't like this, we like that. And they just kept pulling all the crumbs out, and eventually they had the whole piece of what they wanted. So, it wasn't like we ran this magical spring or anything or geometry. It was just a lot of digging through all that data, and they came up with something really good. And the 24 was the one that did the test. So as I'm running him down at the end, I thought, how am I going to pass the guy that did the test and captured all the information, all the data, and now how am I going to go past him when he's blocking me like that? So it was really rewarding when it happened.
You're still wearing your ring from last weekend. Does somebody have to be in charge of it when you're in the car and then it goes back on when you get out of the car? How's this going to work now?
Lauren Emling is going to take it when I get in the car. We've already talked about it because we did lose my cool shirt last week in the chaos of post-race. I had it on for all Victory Lane, then we went over to the prime desk and I took it off where they were doing where we did the cheers down there with Dale and Carl and Corey and Danielle and Justin. And I took it off right before I went on air, and then it's gone. It might still show up, but it's somewhere. I don't understand how, it's a very unique shirt with hoses on it. Like, seems like somebody knows where it's at, but we haven't found it. So I know we left it. It was our fault. But yes, Lauren's going to take it. And I think once I get in this Xfinity car for practice, that's going to be it. I'm good. But I wanted to wear it all the way till I got in the car next. So take it off to wash my hands. That's about it.
Maybe hack that so your t-shirt.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Go ahead, Lee.
Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and CatchFence.com. To follow up on Jeff, maybe the hat guy. I mean, did you ever figure out who the hat guy was?
No, I've had a conversation with NASCAR security, and there's I think he just slipped through the cracks of post race and the chaos that happens, and he took a lot of liberties. So no, I don't know name. I don't care to. Just look, I was a fan not that long ago. I'm not saying don't ask for stuff. And yes, like if you could have the winning hat, if I could have had that winning hat of somebody when I was a fan, I would. Yeah, I would have never asked, but I would have liked to have it. But to just take it was too far, I thought. And I'm not trying to make it into a bigger deal than it is, but like I had my hand on the bill saying no, and then it got ripped off my head. So that's why you heard the anger and the frustration in my voice. So, bummer.
And how much motivation is wearing the ring? Because I mean, clearly you had it on Sunday in Victory Lane and had it on ever since. And just kind of curious, when you look down at that, it's your milestone win of your career so far. So, do you use that for energy?
Yes, absolutely. I do. We have a first win ring that we had made at Trackhouse from COTA. Matt Collig had win rings made from Daytona in the Xfinity Series, and now this one. So I had a pretty cool collection. I'm not a big ring guy. I don't wear necklace. I'm not a jewelry guy, but these just have so much meaning, and it says champion, and it says Coca-Cola 600 2025, and to have the SMI logo right front and center, that car and that red and blue logo for SMI is so iconic. Something that I remember as a kid seeing it, I didn't know what it was, and now to have it front and center on the ring of what SMI and the Smith family have built the Coca-Cola 600 into is incredible. So, yeah, definitely going to take it off now for practice, but it has been motivation this week because this week was a grind, and sometimes I just had to touch the ring to okay, smile, go to the next thing, make the next flight, get home, all the stuff. So, yeah, very, very worthwhile, and the ring's a very special part of it, as well as the trophy, which I can't even pick the dang thing up, so it's too heavy.
Okay, we'll go to Dalton and then Steven.
Hey Ross, Dalton Hopkins, the front stretch. I'm sure you've seen the comments. Excuse me. I'm sure you've seen the comments from Justin Marks about doing the double and how it benefits both NASCAR and IndyCar. I'm curious if you have ever had a conversation with him about potentially doing it one day, and if not, how do you guys make something like that happen?
No conversation, so I wouldn't even know where to begin. It was cool to see Trackhouse venture into the Rolex this year. It was cool to root my teammates on, and that would be something one day. But the IndyCar, it's just so far off my radar that I wouldn't even know where to begin. Somebody else would have to start that conversation internally with us. But I drive Justin Marks' #1 winning Cup car in the Coke 600, so it's got a pretty good ring to it. We'll stick to that for now.
And also Elton Sawyer came out and said that they're discussing the possibility of bringing a little bit more horsepower into the next-gen car. Is that something that needs to happen in order to help out some of the short-track racing, and how much horsepower is needed, if so?
Don't care. Elton can sure talk about it. I drive the car. I don't know what we need, what we should do. I just don't put any thought into it. Whatever power the car has on track, I'll feel and I'll react to. The Xfinity car has a carburetor. It has truck arms. has a narrower Goodyear Eagle. The Cup car has a transaxle, an independent rear suspension, and wider tires. So, like, whatever they want to do, they can accomplish the feat of more horsepower with either more horsepower in the engine. They could adapt a new tire. They could build a new tire for the Cup car that's narrower, less rubber on the road. They could change the suspension. They could do so many things aerodynamically to give us less grip if they want us off throttle. But sure, like if Elton wants to talk about it, okay, whatever. I don't. It's like I'm just gonna go try to win the race. So don't care.
All right, we'll take one last question here from Stephen.
Stephen Toronto, CBS Sports. Ross, last year you ran the Battle of Broadway 150 at the Nashville Fairgrounds, and I heard tell from people there on Thursday that you were interested in running it again this year. Is there any reason why things didn't work out to run it this year, and would you like to run it again in the future?
Yeah, I'd love to. I love what Bob Sargent does, and that's a really cool thing. It just costs a lot of money. So last year Tootsie's sponsored us to do it, and that was just a big lift for all of us and them. I mean, Steve Smith is in the Tootsie's group is very supportive of the Nashville Fairgrounds, and they want that to succeed. And he grew up right a couple blocks from there, right down the road. So I want to support it. I want to be a part of short track racing, but this week or just this year leading into it, it just didn't really make sense. And yeah, there's no real reason. It's just I did it. I want to do it again, but didn't put a lot of effort into it. It takes a lot of effort. Those aren't easy programs to put together, and it costs a lot of money. So I know it sounds silly for me to say it sitting here. We just won the Coke 600, but it's just late model racing any racing is expensive. There's a lot goes into it, and putting the time in the prep just wasn't in the cards this year, and just didn't happen.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Ross.
Yep.
All right, Ross, thanks for coming in. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.